So the admissions for 2025 and that's the spring and fall 2025, remember, are supposed to be done in 2024. And so if you are it's your plan to study abroad next year, it means that by now at least you should have gotten your documents together. You should start putting in some applications. Some people even message me on Instagram saying that they applied to some universities that I posted on Twitter and Facebook with an application fee waiver, and then they have started receiving admission notice. Remember, you are not late, so you still have an opportunity to apply if you are yet to. If you've not gotten your documents together, try and put them together. The good thing is that some universities will allow you to go ahead and submit your applications even if your documents are not ready, and then later on when they are ready you can submit those documents, so you can meet the deadline of a university even if your documents are not ready. Now later on you can submit the SOPs, the transcript, the resumes to the application portal. You're welcome to another episode of the Study Abroad podcast with the Fred Effect. You're on the biggest study abroad content platform. Be part of the family by clicking on the subscribe button. If you're watching us on YouTube, we are live on X as well, also on Facebook, the Fred Effect Facebook page. We are currently close to 90,000 followers, family members. I don't want to call followers. I prefer to use family members on Facebook, and the platform has been transforming a lot of lives. We are also live on TikTok, live on Instagram as well, the Fred Effects platform. So today we have a guest on. She's also going to share her experience, like we do it all the time with us, the schools, the universities she applied to. What scholarship is she on? How did she go about her visa processes? What is she studying? Is it possible that you can also apply to the same university? Is it possible you could get the same scholarship? When people who have been successful with a process are able to share with us how they did it, it makes it easier for you and I to follow and also be successful. My name is Fred. This is the Study Abroad podcast with the Fred Effect. Let me bring my guest on and we get started. Now, remember that later on the program, like we do it every week, I will share the link so that you can join us live in the studio. You may also have questions for her, and then she'll be happy to respond to them. Now, today we are going to select one person for either a free undergraduate applications like the Fred Effect team does, or a free mentorship to study a master's or a PhD program. Now, this is how you're going to join. First, you have to click on the subscribe or follow button. If you're watching us on Facebook or X, click on the follow button. On TikTok, click on the follow button. Also, on Instagram, you click on the follow button. But if you're watching us on YouTube, you click on the subscribe button. You click on the like, and then you type your comment in the chat. So today we are not using any specific hashtag like we do previously. And, in course of the week, we change it. So today is just about typing any comment at all. Whatever your questions are, type it in the comment section, and then you'll be automatically, be considered in the draw. At the end of the session, we'll make the draw, and then we'll select one person to be, to enjoy this offer. So whatever comment you type, it's absolutely fine. You'll be selected as well. All right, so let me bring my guest on and let's get started. Hi, what's the best name for people watching us to call you by?
I'm sorry?
What would be the best name that you love to respond for people watching us to call you?
Mami Tichwa.
Oh, okay. So I was looking at your name and I was like, this is like a whole home ties. Your name alone is a strong home tie. Do
Yeah.
you have an English name?
No.
So you use your name as a home tie during the visa interview, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
wish.
a quick introduction for people seeing your beautiful face for the first time.
Oh.
Kindly introduce yourself and then let's get started.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Mami Tichwa. I'm also a YouTuber, but I've been on break for a while. I'm currently studying cybersecurity at the graduate level at Montclair State University, and I'm happy to meet you guys.
Montclair is a very popular university, and I know that mostly they give application fee waivers. Did you apply for free?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. So you tell us how you did it. Let's start with what was your previous academic qualification prior to starting the study abroad process?
Perfect. So my undergrad was in communication studies, and
Okay.
I did that in UCC, University of Cape Coast in Ghana. And
Which hall
from
were you? Don't say Adishi.
so I didn't go to any hall.
Oh,
I
okay.
was in a hostel. It's called Superannuation, but I think now it's a hall.
Yes,
Yeah.
and oh, Supernotion is standing hall now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
Hmm.
okay. I see.
I didn't know you went to UCC. That's
Yeah, I went
good
to
news.
UCC. I was in ATL hall, the best hall so far.
You guys were loud,
I
but
think
that's good.
Supernotion is now turned to SRC hall, right?
So there's SRC and there's Superannuation too. Like
Oh,
when I
okay.
was there, yeah.
Oh, then I'm an OG. You're making me look like an old man, kind of.
No,
Anyway,
you're not.
let's go. Let's go. You said you had bachelor's in communication from University of Cape Coast.
Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm currently studying cybersecurity. So that's a
Wow.
drastic switch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So initially, people think that if you study maybe bachelor's in mathematics, you straightly have to apply to a master's in mathematics. You had a bachelor's in communication, and then you
Mhm.
applied to an IT program.
Yeah.
So is it that you got into a master's in communication program when you got to the US and you decided to switch, or you applied directly with your communication background into an IT program?
So I did apply for a few communication programs, but
Right.
at that point, that wasn't what I wanted to do. So it was
Oh,
just
okay.
like a gateway. But then I didn't like accept any of those,
Hmm.
but I focused on the cybersecurity in the other schools. So I realized that some schools were willing to give the opportunity to people like us that don't have the background to do it, and I went for those schools, and luckily I got approved. Like, because even in Ghana, I didn't find any school that was willing to accept without you
Yeah.
having, the general knowledge in computer science and stuff like that. So I applied for cybersecurity strategically. Yeah.
Wow, a lady in IT. So there are few people like ladies in IT, which is awesome. And people assume that it's difficult. Tell us, you are in it. You don't have a background in it, and now you're doing a master's in IT. Tell us,
Yeah.
should it scare us or we should come?
I think you should come. The
Right.
thing is, it's challenging. Like,
Hmm.
it's good. I've been through so much. It's challenging, but
Right.
the system here makes it a little bit easy for you to
Okay.
pass through. Like there's 30% for like your exam, there's 30 for
Hmm.
projects, there's this for that. So the allocation is like it's fair. It makes it easy for
Right.
you to find a way to pass regardless if you're serious. Um, Unlike back home where it's like 70% exam, one failure,
Exams.
that's
Yeah.
the end. But here, like, if you try to get marks everywhere, you should be good. But for the teaching and everything, I think it's a little different.
Hmm.
The accent is different, the people are different, the understanding sometimes is a little different.
Okay.
I think you'd, if you are coming from like a background that's like you have little to no knowledge on, what you want to study, you need
Hmm.
to triple the effort for sure. For instance, I didn't know anything about programming and I learned it here. So I actually took some undergrad courses in my first
Oh, okay.
semester. Yeah,
Okay.
so my school does that. Like if you don't have the knowledge, they give you like a semester to study, to try and bridge the gap.
Okay.
And I took those classes and it helped me. And you have to like try and help yourself as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's challenging, but it's possible. That's what I'll say.
It's challenging, but it's possible, and that's how come that's the whole study abroad process. That it's not easy, it's challenging, but I like how positive you are. That of course it's possible. So,
Yeah.
what ignited your interest to study abroad? Well, you're done with UCC, probably gotten a good job. Why then did you decide that I want to study abroad?
Okay. So for me, it was like a couple of experiences.
Hmm.
I encountered like a few instances where some people would try to look down on you because you don't know how to probably troubleshoot or do something like some minute things on your laptop, and I felt like no, it's not like you can't do it or something, but it
Yeah.
was like a dagger to my heart.
Hmm.
And I also like heard of so many stories from, close relatives and stuff that were scammed and stuff from
Oh,
phishing.
okay.
And when you hear the stories, it was like very strange, like how it happened. And it could happen
Yeah.
to anybody, how, it's going on now. So I just,
Mhm.
took it upon myself that I want to be like an exception where I use the communication to educate people on that and also, be in the field. And the money too, it's important. So I think it was a little bit of everything, like personal experiences,
Yeah.
career goals, and my personal, self development goals and things like that. It was a little bit of everything and to help as well.
Right. So I'm speaking with Ya Tachua Osu Mensah. I like your name. Like it's straight African. Nobody should come and say the other thing. I think like you should when you went
Thank
for the
you.
visa interview, I told them my name alone speaks for me. So you guys should give me a visa. Right. So remember today we are not using any specific hashtag like we did in our previous session. So you only enter the draw when you type in your comments. So this is what you're supposed to do. You click on the like button, you click on the follow or subscribe button, then you type your comments, your questions in the chat. Later on, I'll be reading them and we'll be responding to them as well. So normally I ask people the universities they apply to so that people watching us, we share the websites with them and then they can also check those universities out. So what are some of the universities you apply to?
Okay, so I applied to Montclair State, of course, and then I
Okay.
applied to Rochester Institute of Technology, and
Okay.
then I applied to, I think, St. Cloud State University.
All right, so we take them one after the other, right?
Okay.
So before that, remember that because of her experience, and that's very incredible that from a communication background, she's not pursuing IT. It means you can also do it, right? So because she is experienced in a process, she shares her journey and how you can also do it on her YouTube. Recently, she posted a video, which is if you have a low CGPA, there are tips you can use to gain admission in a scholarship, which is highly possible. So the name of the YouTube channel is Mami Techiwa. Please tell us why should we subscribe?
So I think you should subscribe because I'm sharing my journey with you, and it hasn't been easy, and I know it's very difficult sometimes. Getting the money and all those things,
Right.
and I share, a few tips here and there to still make your dream like a reality. And if you ever feel like you can't do it or it's impossible for you to get into a tech major or the tech industry. That's not true. I'm here to refute that and I'm here to support you. So I'm just going to be sharing my journey with you, how I got into tech and all of that. And so if that's something you're interested in, I definitely do recommend you subscribing.
Awesome. So go to YouTube, type Mami Techiwa, Maame. If you're watching us from a different country, Mami is like what? Mother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so mommy in a local dialect, she means mother. So if you're watching us from a different country, so more or less like mother Techiwa, right? So let's talk about the universities you apply to. So you mentioned the current university you are, Montclair State University, and
Yes.
what's the name of the specific program? I think Montclair has about 91% acceptance rate. You also spoke about applying it for free. Talk to us about the program and then how you got the application fee waiver.
Okay. So for the application fee waiver, I could actually send over a link. You can
Okay,
text me on Instagram as well. That is underscore mommy teacher XX. But it's
right.
pretty easy. You need to register for a webinar, attend
Mhm.
it, and make sure you watch to the end and you participate, and you get a free waiver to apply. And for my program, it was pretty easy. The regular stuff,
Yeah.
SOP, your transcript, and my school requires evaluation of transcripts. It's very, very
Oh, okay.
important. Yeah,
I
my
see.
time, it was done for me for free by the school.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, they give you a period to apply. Like if you apply early within a certain frame, they do it for free
Mhm.
for you. And
So,
yeah,
so
so it
you
was,
didn't pay for the evaluation.
yeah, I didn't.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just need to, make sure you're applying within that time frame and then it will be granted to you for free. They'll do everything. You don't need to just sit back, relax, and then wait for your admission letter.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Explain that to me because I know that either you want to use Wes or Spantron. So is it that you created the Wes account, they got your login details and decided to pay for you, or they asked you to submit your transcript and you
Mhm.
don't have to go through the evaluation process? Kindly explain.
Okay, so mine, I think I paid for it to go from UCC to the school.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
then the school does everything from there with Spantron. So I didn't need to
Oh, I
create an
see.
account with any of the NASIS agencies. They did everything.
Oh,
And yes, when it was done, like when they were done evaluating everything, they made me aware as well. And they used that transcript instead of my UCC transcript.
oh, I
So
see.
yeah, if you just, it depends on the time frame. So it
Mhm,
depends on when like your bachelor's or undergrad school is able to send it to them, and
mhm.
then for them to also evaluate if it's still within that time frame. Yeah, they'll do it for you.
Right. And I think the good thing now is UCC actually has an alumni portal
Hmm.
where you could pay, I think, 60 Ghana cedis, and then your transcript will directly be sent to either the evaluation body or the university you're applying to, including your English proficiency letter.
Yeah,
All right. Let's talk about, so that's the website for Montclair State University. I'm going through their graduate programs here, and of course, their undergraduate programs as well.
yeah.
How is the community at Montclair?
They are very welcoming. They're actually really, really loving. Like you see a lot of people on campus, very friendly. Everybody's willing to help you out. I wouldn't have survived my first semester without like my classmates, and
Right.
the professors. Like you can send them an email at any time. Nobody takes offense. Like it's really, really chill and nice. It's on the hill though, so it gets very windy and cold. But aside that, the community, it's very warm. Like you feel accepted, and there's a like large diverse number of students from all sorts of places in the world.
Yeah.
You have like different people, like you see, people that make you feel like you belong as well. So it's really nice to be a part of such a school.
You also spoke about applying to Rochester Institute of Technology. I think the acceptance rate is about 67%. Talk to us about that as well.
So for Rochester, I think I applied through their regular portal, was for communication in AI or something of that sort.
Mhm.
And I did get a scholarship, the 30% scholarship. That's the
Okay.
highest they offer, unfortunately.
Oh, I see.
But you can also get like the good thing about Rochester is they do offer co-ops.
Mhm.
So if you want like a program where you'll be able to do an internship, they give you
Okay.
that opportunity. Even if you don't get, they give you the opportunity to do it in the school and stuff. So that was one thing that I really liked about Rochester. And it was a very easy process. They were super friendly. Like you can have your DSO talking to you like as a friend, like a normal, even right from the beginning. And
Right.
they were communicating with me all through. They create like Zoom sessions with just you to try and understand what's holding you back from coming and stuff like that. It's very easy to, blend in at Rochester, but I think that the application too was very direct.
Mm.
Yeah, if you miss certain things, you're probably not going to get in.
Okay. So Rochester Institute of Technology is located in a city called Rochester in the state of New York. Normally, when you mention New York, people only think New York City, right? So New York is the whole state, and then
Yeah,
the city is called Rochester, and that's where Rochester Institute of Technology is. So did you apply to a communication program, or you also chose IT here?
I applied to a communication program. I actually applied to two programs there.
Okay.
One was the visual communication design, and
Mm,
then the second one was communication in AI. I just wanted something with the, tech, the blend.
right.
So yeah, I did apply to the two, and then I got admitted for the communication in AI. And yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
decided
forgot.
to,
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, and I decided to, accept Montclair's offer.
Yeah, we forgot to tell people the city in which your current university is located. Where is it?
It's in Montclair, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So the city
So
is Montclair.
awesome. So New Jersey is where Mami's, university is located, which is Montclair State University, is located
Mhm.
in New Jersey, which is also a state in the US, very close to New York as well. It looks like your universities were, around those areas, right?
Yeah.
All right. Which other university did you apply to?
St. Cloud State
Oh,
in
okay. That's
Minnesota.
yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere in Minnesota. All right, let's see if I can check out the website of St. Cloud State. And recently, I had communication. I had an interview with an admissions officer from St. Cloud State. So
Oh.
the video is on the YouTube. The video is still on the YouTube channel, so you can check it out. So he spoke about the various ways you can get into St. Cloud State, and interestingly, Mami applied to that university as well. So this is the website of St. Cloud State University. It's located in Minnesota. Which city is it?
I think St. Cloud.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And you chose communication here or IT?
Here communication.
Oh, I see. I see.
Mhm.
So, is it that all the universities you applied to gave you admission and you decided to go to Montclair, or what was your decision? What was the reason you selected Montclair?
Okay, so all of them did give me admission, and I
Mhm.
selected Montclair because of the program, which was
Right.
cybersecurity. I noticed that I didn't get any other school that
Mhm.
was as affordable as my school. It's
Okay.
relative, but I mean, it was compared to other schools, it was affordable, and it was still giving me the chance to pursue the cybersecurity with, prerequisites or courses to help me kind of understand what I'm about to do. So I think that was a main drive for me going to Montclair was the program.
I see. Were there other universities as well?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue to share them. We want to give people a lot of options so that they can choose from or search on these universities.
Okay.
So, which other university was that?
I think I'm sorry, I don't remember a few,
Okay,
but it was
no worries.
Illinois. It was I think Illinois State, or
Okay,
it was an Illinois State University. No, it was
all right.
Southern Illinois. The red,
Southern
it has a red,
Southern Illinois University.
yeah,
Okay, so
Edwards.
Edwardsville. Okay, okay, that's it. And normally they waive application fee too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I made a video about Southern Illinois. They have an acceptance rate of about 98%. So they have two major campuses. And I
Mhm.
think it's within the Southern Illinois University system, but they're
Mhm.
actually more. So the major one is the one in Carbondale. So there's Southern Illinois University Carbondale, and then there's Southern Illinois University Edwardsville. So Mami
Mhm.
applied to the one in the city of Edwardsville.
Yeah.
Was it a communication as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Great. So we mentioned all the universities you applied to. Let's talk about if somebody asks you like how much did it cost you? If I want to start this process, it's going to be maybe financially intensive. How much did it cost you for you to be successful with this process?
Up until me coming here or just the applications.
Just the application, getting the admission, and all that.
So I targeted schools that were given application waivers, and
Okay.
I think the only school I did pay for was Rochester. Yeah,
So,
I think that
so
was
what
the
do you
only.
think when people say that, and I've heard that a lot, that
Mhm.
when you apply to universities with application fee waivers, one, the competition is high, so you're not going to get in, and two, scholarship is low. What's your take on that?
I think it varies. I think it depends
Right.
on the school. It depends on the program. It depends on the funding available. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to do all your checks before you even decide to apply. There are
Right.
some schools, in my opinion, it's easy. It's kind of easy, relatively easy for you to get in with the waivers and everything. But you
Mm-hmm.
have to be careful. It's either, the cost of living or the program, when you
Yeah.
graduate, it's most likely you're not going to get a job, or like you have to be strategic, like what is your drive for pursuing that program and why that school.
Mhm.
So for me, I did a lot of research, and I used to watch you a lot too, so it's
I
actually an honor
appreciate
to
that.
be here. Yeah. And all those things like kind of helped me, narrow it down to which one will help me in the end. So
I
kind of
see.
like, rank it down, which one will be more beneficial to you, which one has more funding. But I don't think the waivers or acceptance rate has any effect on, that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like the Fred effect has, it doesn't have any effect, right? All right. So let's talk about the costs. There's a young lady looking up to Mamiya that I want to study abroad like Mamiya is doing. How much should I estimate?
That's a difficult question, but I would say Hmm. An estimation of, with applications and everything, maybe close to 10,000 cities.
Okay.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe, yeah, because um, there's a fee for even the visa
Mm-hmm.
application, the
Yeah.
fees for the application if you don't, choose a school that has waivers. There's even at your flights, your tickets, there's a fee for almost everything.
Yeah.
So from the beginning to you getting here, maybe around 10,000 cities, in my opinion. Yeah.
I see. All right. So let's talk about writing any exams. Did you have to sit for GRE, especially maybe switching to a different field, IELTS, TOEFL, and all that? Did you sit for any of those exams?
No.
Oh,
I
wow.
intentionally looked for schools that didn't require that, because I did my research into that, and there was an agency I wanted to go to for help. I actually went there for consultation
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But when I realized the amount of money that was going into the GRE and stuff, I was like,
All right.
it's better for me to just, find a school where I can still get admission without writing the GRE or the GMAT. And
Oh, okay.
like shockingly, there were lots of schools that didn't require it. So I always say that if you have the money and you want to get, more scholarships, more
Mhm.
opportunities, for sure go for it. But if your
All
school
right.
doesn't require it, no, I don't think you should focus so much on GRE and GMAT. For me, yeah.
Looking at the how academics are in Ghana or maybe University of Cape Coast compared to how studies are here, what do you think are the major difference? And hopefully, what are some of the things back home people could learn about how things are done here?
Um, you put in the work for sure.
Right.
It's for me, my undergrad in UCC was kind of the same thing where
Mhm.
you're always on the go, trying to find this pamphlet, trying to go
Yeah.
here. So I was kind of used to that a little bit. But for sure, if you don't put in the work, you're going to fail. And it's not as easy as people make it seem. Like when you
Mhm.
come, you can just relax and you pass. It's not like that at all.
Right.
Like you have to put in the work. But it makes it, there's a system here that makes it a little bit easier for you
Mhm.
to pass if you put in a little bit of effort. Like I was saying, the grading scale, they strategize it in a way that they don't want the students to fail.
Right.
UCC, a professor can tell you that I'm keeping 30 marks in my pocket, or like those things. So for here, it's like 30 for this, 40 for that. So you get
Yeah.
a little bit of, here and there, and then yeah, sure, yeah.
Looking at and people mostly want to consider that the stress you are going to go through applying to a lot of schools, if knowing that at the end of the day you're going to only go to one school, looking at the effort you put in since you got here, has it been worth it? If you are talking to a young lady looking up to you, would you ask that same person, would you ask the person to go through the same process?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes.
And yes. Okay.
Yes, because if I didn't put in all of that effort, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And no, because I would have been a little bit smarter than to
Mhm.
have wasted all that money on, certain schools that, it's like a gamble,
Yeah.
especially from my background. So I think I would have been more like I would have niched towards the schools that I am almost certain that if I put in the best application, I could get picked rather than throwing, money anyhow just
Oh,
to
I
get
see.
admission into a school. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, yeah.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question. Like, if you were supposed to advise your younger self or start this whole process again, what you would have done differently?
Yeah. I would
All right.
have, yeah, that. Sorry.
Okay, thank you for keeping it real with us. You're still live here on the Study About podcast with me, the Fred Effect. What we do is that we bring individuals who have been through the process to share their process and journey with you, so that you know that it is highly possible. This platform is all about positivity. I'm not here to tell you that I was able to do it, Mommy was able to do it, but it will be difficult for you. No, you can also do it. If we were able to go through, we are not saying it was easy. It's not all rosy and all that, but it is highly possible you can also do it. And
Right.
let's talk about the decision that I have a background in communication, but I want to study IT. If somebody is watching you, they have a different background, but a lot of people, they are more interested in IT. What are some of the strategies you use? Do you have to take some courses, so that you get some background, or what did you do?
So I think I first of all was the prerequisites that helped me.
Okay.
And I also, I mean, before applying for the school, I made sure that my SOP spoke my truth, kind of. So
Mhm.
I made them understand I'm coming from this background, but this is my career goal, and this is the bridge between communication and cybersecurity.
Okay.
So I just leveraged on the communication a little bit to kind of see the importance as well.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, that was what gave me an upper hand. And I had tried a couple of projects here and there on my own, and I was able to also like do a few certifications with
Mhm.
Cisco. And so all those things kind of I added it to my application, and it kind of made me, I guess fortunate. And
Okay.
yeah, aside that too, like when you start the program too, you have to be open minded and
Mhm.
be willing to receive and not like put your emotions, like close your emotions basically, because you're
Right.
going to hear a lot of things. I did get some comments from even some friends like, really, you're going to do cybersecurity? Like, who sent you? Or like, are you sure you can do it? Like, because it's a drastic switch, and
Yeah.
you'll be hearing a lot of things, but I think you just have to focus and stay like on the goal. Because since I came here, it's been nothing but like blessings upon blessings, and it's been amazing studying the program. I'm getting through, and next semester is actually my final semester.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, gradually you're going to get it done, and you will love it. Like I think if you really want to do it, the joy, the passion, the drive is there. So you just
Mhm.
have to keep the fire burning. And yeah.
Let's talk about the one thing that most people want to hear. How are you paying for your education? Is it a loan? Is it your parents paying from home? Are you on a scholarship? Let's talk about that.
Okay, so for my first year,
Mhm.
it was a loan and my dad.
Okay.
Let me see, a loan and my family. Yeah. So um the loan was for my tuition, and my father was taking care of my living expenses.
Mhm.
So I already kind of had that structure there because I knew it could get rough.
Yeah.
And the second year, God being so good, I was able to get a GA in my
Okay.
department. So that's taking care of my tuition, and I get a stipend as well for my final year. So yeah, that was kind of my
So is the which company was the loan from?
empower.
And
Yeah.
is that what you use for your visa interview?
Yes.
How then do people say that if you are having a loan, it's automatic denial of the embassy? Talk to us about that.
That is actually not true. And it's something I'm really passionate about. Like, it really
Yeah.
hurts me when I hear people saying that, because I went in with an Empower loan. And so what I did was, I think the mistake people make is they keep saying that they're going with just the loan. You need to
Mhm.
have additional funding.
Okay.
Even me, if I'm the viewer and you come and tell me you are going with just a loan, it's a little
Mhm.
suspicious. Like there should be
Yeah.
something holding you back home. So what I did was I told them my first year was going to be paid by Empower, and then my
Mhm.
second year will be paid by my dad. And
Okay.
then I put that together, and then the amount was equal to my tuition, living expenses, and over for the 2 years. So it was like
Hmm.
clear that I had a plan for the 2 years.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't think that is true at all. I have a lot of friends that are here with Empower loans. Actually, almost all my friends here are with Empower loans, either a little bit or support from here and there. But it's actually my school. It's very common to have like Empower loans, and a lot of them keep getting visas. Even this year, those that came in, most of them came with Empower loans. So I don't know if it's Empower or the kind of loans they're using, or the
Yeah.
defense, or yeah, but it's not true. You can get your visa with the loans.
Yeah, and you're also saying that after the first year, so if,
Mhm,
even though the Empower loan was supposed to be for the entire years, the
mhm,
strategy for the interview is that I also have a bank statement that is
mhm,
going to support. Now,
mhm,
you got into the program, you started, and after a year, you got a full assistantship. The
mhm,
GA you mentioned, to some people who are listening to us, means
mhm,
graduate assistantship.
mhm,
So even though the loan was supposed to for you for be for your entire program, after
mhm,
1 year, you got a full scholarship.
mhm.
Wow. So is it that you got into school and you decided to apply for this assistantship, or the school automatically considers people for assistantship in the second year?
Okay, so for my first year, I wasn't eligible because
Okay.
of my background in communication. So that
Oh,
was
I
what
see.
kind of held me back from getting an assistantship in my department. And so I was working at another, let's say, department. It's like the
Okay.
international student office, kind of.
Mm,
And through that entire period, I was still trying. And I actually spoke to one of the program associates, and she told me about, their offers available. It's very competitive, especially in my school, because the
yeah.
computer science building, it's like it has a lot of students.
Right.
And I felt like I wasn't even going to get it. So
Mm,
I just kept reaching out. Like it was a lot of hell. Like I kept calling, reaching out, sending emails. There were times I would literally be confronted that do not call again. And I'm like, I really need this. So I waited till I was about finishing my first year, and then I started the entire search for the funding and everything, and that was how I got it. It also has its own process for my department, but
okay.
yeah.
So you mean the switching from communication to computer science sort of
Mhm.
affected you in getting the graduate assistantship in the beginning?
Yes, for
Oh,
sure.
I see. So that means, but why is it? Because that if you're a GA, you are supposed to have a background in what you want to teach.
Yes,
I see. So they would rather pick people who have the computer science background to be the TA or the GA rather than be
yes,
somebody with communication.
yes. Because
Oh,
for my department, I don't think there is like administrative roles for the
mhm,
GAs.
mhm.
So it's usually teaching or the entire package with teaching and grading.
Right.
So they don't want to pick somebody that probably doesn't know anything about what they're going to teach, which
Mhm.
kind of makes sense.
Makes
And
sense. Yeah, I
yeah.
understand.
So seeing that I was from a communication background, I personally I wouldn't even have picked myself.
Yeah.
To be honest, like that regardless of your GPA or whatever, they wouldn't
Yeah.
even consider you. So I think it was a prerequisite that kind of placed me in a safe spot and starting the program, and then they saw the effort, and yeah, it was that.
So, mommy, you talk to a lot of people, right? They are
Mm-hmm.
happy when they gain an admission to a local university that did not come with scholarship. But
Yeah.
people sort of become worried or sad
Mhm.
when they have an admission from a university abroad. It didn't come with scholarship. When your admission came without a scholarship, how did you take it?
It was difficult because you got like I got other schools with scholarship. I got a like Rochester was the
No,
full.
no, wait. You got into another school with a scholarship, but you decided to go for the one that did not give you scholarship?
Yes,
Okay.
interestingly.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been saying. Like it's about your drive, your
Yeah.
career, what you want. Maybe if I had gone to the other schools, I wouldn't have been placed at certain places I was, or I
Okay.
probably wouldn't have thrived through the program. Or it was about what I wanted to do, which was the
Mhm.
cybersecurity at the time. So it was more like regardless of the scholarship, I think it's worth the sacrifice because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, if I put in my all and I'm able to land a job, I will be getting paid like a higher
Yeah.
pay as compared to the other programs.
That's true.
So for me, it was like a projection of the future, like what would help me, and
Yeah.
yeah, that was what I decided to stick to.
No,
So yeah,
I'm very encouraged by your drive. That's huge. I'm motivated by your story. All right. So
oh
if you're just tuning in, I'm speaking with Mamiya, whose name only can get a visa approved because it shows home ties. She doesn't have
I'm
an English
telling
name.
you,
Is it like something that runs in the family that your dad does not give English name to their kids?
yeah,
Oh,
he's
really?
like anti-English names. Yeah, but let me tell this funny story. So when I was younger, I always wanted like an English name because I had
Yeah.
friends. Someone is called Jennifer, and there's Sonia, and there's
Yeah,
this.
someone
I'm
is
like,
called Adelaide, kind
I'm
of.
telling
Yeah.
Fred, and I'm like, Daddy, I want an English name. And he said, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll give you an English name, but your name will be Scholastica. He said he was going to give me a name that I wouldn't really like because of how big it is. And then he gave my big brother to Jehoshaphat. So we gave up on it and then we decided to stick with our names. My dad is just like, anti-English name.
Shout
So
out to
yeah.
your dad, man. And that's something I'm coming to, like
Mhm.
parents who are supportive, even though their kids are leaving, they are supportive. Some parents will tell you that if you don't have a scholarship, I wouldn't let you go and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Who are some of the people that supported you throughout the way? Obviously, before you get somewhere, some people push you. Maybe you should say shout out, thank you to them.
Yeah. For starters, my family, they've been like everything to me.
Right.
Even till now, like whenever I need anything, I just have to call by God's grace and they're able to come through for me regardless. And my dad, my brother, my mom, it's been amazing. My little sister, everybody, and some friends as well. When I started this process, it was through, hearsays and watching
Yeah.
videos. But sometimes you're just not sure. And I did have like a couple of friends that were like, you have to look for a date, you have to do this. And I didn't even know what I was doing. And one one friend that really helped me through that process, her name is Yasmin. And a couple of other friends, like my best friend, a number of people, Aaron, Dennis. There's so many people that helped me down.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can't mention everybody, but
If
thank
you
you.
leave somebody out, it'll be a problem. So shout
I'm
out to
telling
all
you.
the
And my family here too, they've been very
yeah.
supportive. Yeah.
Awesome. Shout outs to everyone who
Yes.
made this possible for you. All right. So let's move on. So if you were supposed to advise somebody who wants to go through the process, based on now a lot compared to when you started, right? What would be your advice to the young lady in UCC watching you, some way, somehow, they want to get into cybersecurity, but they are scared, they don't have the background. What would be your advice to anybody who is going through the process now?
My advice would be to stay true to yourself and
Mhm.
to never give up. I know a lot of times, like people always have something to say. Excuse me. People always have something to say. Someone is always going to be in your corner telling you, "Are you sure you can do it?" I don't think it's for
Yeah.
you. Like, I remember my first semester, I'll be texting almost everybody, "Can you help me with this? How do you do this program? How do you do this?" And it got to a point I could tell I was so annoying, but it didn't stop there. I still had to push to get here. So I would say that just keep pushing. It's never too late to start, and don't listen to what anybody telling you. Even if you do it, you're still gonna talk. If you don't do it, you're still gonna talk. So just keep going for what you want, and it's never too late. Like just go for it. Take that step. Yeah.
Awesome. A lot of people want to hear your interview story, considering
Oh,
that you are switching from one field to another. So normally people would say, okay, it doesn't show progression.
yeah.
And then also, having an Empower loan and not a full scholarship from your school and all that.
Mhm.
So before you talk about that, remember Mami has a YouTube channel. It's called Mami Techiwa, Maame, then space TAKYIWAA. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and she shares a lot of her journey over there, which will be beneficial to your process if you are going through the process. If you are listening, you can also share it with a friend or family member that there's inspiration on this channel. Go and watch it; it's going to help you. So let's talk about your visa interview. How did it go? What was the preparation? And did you go for it 2 times, 3 times, or you just got a visa once?
Just once.
Oh
God
wow!
bless. Yeah. So Um, so for the visa interview, it was a lot of craze for sure, like everybody's story.
Yeah.
And interestingly, there were three people in front of me that were denied by the same person.
Oh.
So I was in my head, I was like, I hope I don't go to this counter. Like I'm targeting this man at counter 8 or whatever at the time. And the security woman comes in, she's like, "Excuse me, you have to go to this woman." So I was shaking, I was, feeling all the nerves. I get there, and then it was a brief conversation, but I could tell she was genuinely concerned about my switch.
Right.
Her questions were like mainly about, "Can you do the program? Are you sure you can do the program?
Oh
What's
really?
the?" Yeah, I
Uh,
could feel it was more of like, like a mom concern, like, "Are you really sure you can do the program?" So you just have to show up with your confidence and, tell them your truth. For me, I told her everything that I had done, the certifications. I used the phishing story that a close relative encountered as well, being
okay.
scammed,
Mhm.
and that being my drive. And I just, wanted, I told her everything, like my truth basically. And she asked me I think she asked me, what work does your father do? And I could tell she was searching. And then she asked me, what is my brother doing as well? Because he's also not in the country, just to kind of see the ties.
Mhm.
And I told her as well. And so I think aside that, she asked me, I'm trying to remember, but it was
Right.
just mainly about the program. Like, are you sure you can do it? And I assured her that, yeah, I was willing to go through everything to get to wherever I want to get to. And I just had to
Wow.
be confident. And yeah, God came through too.
All right. So if you're watching us, you've gotten admission, and then you've not been awarded a scholarship yet. Understand that not everybody's process go through that smooth ride, like admission, scholarship, and they get a visa approved. Some
Yeah.
people get admission, they get a scholarship, but they do not get a visa.
Yeah.
Others too, they get admission, no scholarship, they get a visa. Later on, when they get here, like yeah, is talking about she got a GA, when she got to campus. Be
Mhm.
motivated, be inspired. Don't throw away the admission you've had because it didn't come with scholarship, right? It is highly
And they,
possible you can do
sorry
it.
to cut you. There are even
Yeah,
people
right.
that get the funding and they don't get the visa. I witnessed one person like in
Exactly.
front of me that got, because he couldn't defend what he was going to do. It was a question on, I think, what are you going to do? Your research assistant, is it a research assistantship or what? And he couldn't defend it and he was denied there. I was so sad because I'm like, if I had this opportunity, I would really speak up and like, you know,
Yeah,
try to be myself and stuff. But I guess it's, the nerves and it's a lot of tension too because everybody's listening. So
exactly.
I kind of understood at some point. Yeah.
So, was your interview in Ghana, or you decided to go to a different country?
It was in Ghana.
And a lot of people are also scared about going for the interview in Ghana because they think it's difficult getting it in Ghana as compared to other countries.
Funny thing is, I was also scared. I was among those people, but for me, I think I just decided to, just go for it. Like if you don't get it, you don't get it. Like
Yeah.
so I just decided to, go for it. And I went on my birthday too. So
Oh, really?
it was really nice. It was a nice feeling.
Like a birthday gift.
I'm telling
Like
you.
how was the feeling after? Personally, I walked from the embassy to Circle. Like I didn't know I was walking.
Wow.
I had come from Bole Bamboy all the way to Accra for the interview. So I was so excited. And
Yeah.
how was the feeling like, after getting the visa approved?
It was, I still couldn't believe it. And what made it even more emotional for me was my dad was waiting outside for me.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was raining. I was the only one with my dad, came with my dad at that time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I could see him up there. He was trying to figure out my face. Is she sad? Is she happy? When I saw him, I was like we did it, It was a very nice feeling and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I really wish everybody would experience that. It's
Shout
really
out
nice.
to your dad, man. So, if you're just tuning in, you're not late. Remember, the session will still be live across the various social media platforms. We are actually live on the Mamiya Techua YouTube channel, and so after this session, you can still go back and watch. She mentioned the schools that she applied to, switching from communication from University of Cape Coast to now IT. She's almost done. So it's an inspirational story for you who also want to study abroad. Actually, it's inspiring me as well. Maybe I want to get into IT and all that. Yeah, but
You
mommy has
should.
inspired me. All right. So we'll be reading some questions. I don't know how many minutes you still have for us. Can you stay with us for some time? We've
Yeah.
done like almost an hour. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll be picking some questions. Somebody said that feeling is something else. Facebook user, what's your
It
actual name? All right. Let's see if we can pick some questions and then respond to them. See. Some tech in for excellence said you need more computer science. Do you know some more Africans or Ghanaians pursuing that same program?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
do have
Aaron
friends.
is giving you a thumbs up. Yeah. Shout out to Aaron
Hi,
is fine.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm so
He,
proud of him.
seriously. He's a very inspirational guy, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm grateful for his life as well. Okay. Let's see. So um just sometimes it's good to accept the offer without scholarship from the school, and some doors will open for you once you enter. That's very true. That's
Yeah.
very true. Um Let's see. Okay, there are more of somebody saying Prince is saying, please, I'm interested in cybersecurity, but I learned they are choked and you won't get your visa approved going for an IT program. Please, how true is this?
I think we did talk about this.
Yeah,
It's not true. I don't think there's a label that if you're going to do IT, your visa will be rejected. No, because mine was approved, and I know a lot of people that have had theirs approved. It's actually one of the areas that I would say will compel them to give it to you
exactly.
because the
Yeah,
STEM area is like very, very competitive, and they're in need of us.
yeah,
So I wouldn't say that it will get your visa approved. Just stay true to you, especially if you don't have the background, and make sure you put in like an amazing application. Don't just write anything just thinking that you can get it. Like put in the work. For me, I put in, like I was saying in my last video, I put in, you see the slot where you're supposed to put additional materials. I put
yeah.
in a lot of things there where
I
people would
see.
typically overlook,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
spoke a lot about my experiences, the kind of person I am, and it helped. And even when you come here, like you're going to see a lot of doors open, new opportunities for you to still learn. And that has been very, very important for me. So no, I don't think so. You can still go for your IT program, and I'm here to
yeah.
help whenever you need it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like what you said. Normally, people would only stick to the application requirement, and
Mhm.
there are a lot of application portals that have like a lot of spaces for additional documents. So if you have
Mhm.
some certifications, if you have some awards, upload them. You
Yeah,
know, it's
it's
it's super
important.
helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Prince is being brainwashed. He said, please, I learned there is no visa appointment through year 2025. How true is it? Okay. So, Prince, what happened? Prince, you have to be positive about this whole thing. No? But let's clarify. So, if you are coming in the spring semester, it
Mhm.
means that, at the moment, the embassy changed their portal. Now there's an average portal. So there has been a couple of backlogs. That's true. That shouldn't, sort of stop you from applying. Now you can get a date somewhere in 2025, maybe October. Somebody messaged me today. He had a date in October 2025, which is absolutely fine. When you get
Mhm.
this date, you pay the service fee and you put in what we call an expedited or emergency request. Now,
Mhm.
if the request is approved, then you can get a closer date for your interview. I think even the fall semester, there are more people compared to the spring semester. So if you are coming in the spring semester, you shouldn't have a problem. And we are still
Mhm.
in November. Assuming you get your visa approved now, remember you cannot come until December, right? So what's the rush? Please relax, schedule whatever date, look for put an emergency request, and don't listen to people saying that you are not going to get a date. You will get a date. Even the COVID time when embassies were closed, people still studied abroad, right? So now that there's no COVID stuff like that, there's always going to be that negative vibe elsewhere, stuff like that.
Right.
You get admission, people say, hey, you can't do it, or you are going for visa interview. Somebody can even tell you, even I was denied, so you will not get it. Are you God? You know, so please be
It's the
positive about this
audacity.
your person. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, sometimes some of these things makes me very emotional because um
Yeah.
people think that once they were not able to do it, you cannot do it. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
funny thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, okay. I think okay. Somebody mentioned the name of the schools you apply. We spoke about. That's nice. Thank you for
Thank
putting that
you.
in. Yeah. Let's see. Um. Okay. So I think now we have to do the draw and see who won, and then we will select that individual for the award. Let's see. So I'm going to put in the draw. So how do people get in touch with you if they need help? They want to subscribe to your channel. How do you help people in terms of application stuff like that? How do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can message me on Instagram
Right.
_mame_tichua.xx. And you can also, subscribe to my YouTube channel because I do share a lot of information. I
Yeah.
know I've been a little, held back because it's not easy,
Yeah.
combining everything, but I am going to be uploading a lot more videos. So you definitely do have to join the family so that you can, be updated and see when I post and stuff like that. But you can reach out to me on Instagram for sure, and I'll be happy to help you. Or on LinkedIn too. Yeah.
Awesome. So we have about 89 entries. So if you can type in your comment, we get to about 100 and then we start the draw. So this
Mhm,
is how you can join the draw. And this is the reason why we are doing that. Sometimes people have what it takes, but they find it challenging. So the Fed Effect
mhm,
team handles undergraduate applications for free. So the only thing is that you have to get your document ready. The team will help you out. If you want to pursue a master's or PhD, we have a mentorship program. So every week on this session, what we do is that if you join, we make a draw, we select one person, and then this individual will enjoy this for free instead of going for the paid version. All right. So we have like 93 people. Let's get to 100, then we can start with a draw and we select one person for today. All right. So how what has been your best experience so far since getting to the US?
Um, hmm. I've had a couple of them.
Hmm.
I would say that's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Meeting family, spending time with
Okay.
family, um, and making some amazing friends that have become family.
Mhm.
And I think one other one would be I got an award in school,
Okay.
and I was
Congrats.
so happy because it was like your efforts paid off, and it was the
Yeah.
best student employee award.
Wow.
So in my first
Congrats.
year, I was so happy, and I think that was it, being there with your supervisors, everybody cheering you on. That
Yeah.
experience was different. Yeah.
Wow. Congrats on that. And when coming from home, a lot of people have different ideas of what to expect. Was
Mhm.
the America you thought applying to school and coming from home what you are experiencing?
No,
That was quick. What?
no. I was expecting to see, like
Uh-huh.
roses. Everything should be so easy. It's a land of milk and honey and opportunities, and it's
Like
not.
the honey is finished or what?
It's drained. Hey, it gets hard. Like even right now, we're looking for jobs and stuff. It's
Yeah.
very difficult to find, and but one thing I would say is that there are the opportunities. It's just that,
Mhm.
being a student, being on an F1 visa, there are setbacks, there are things that will hold you back from getting those jobs, but it's never too late and you can still get those jobs. It's just very hard. Like it's
I
really,
see.
really competitive. Yeah. And I think, yeah, it gets depressing sometimes
Mhm.
as well. Like you feel lonely, you miss home,
Yeah.
you get homesick a little bit. Aside that, it's been okay, yeah. And it doesn't look like what I was expecting. Maybe it's where I am. Maybe because New York
Okay.
City is good, but maybe it's just where I am. It's a little, yeah. It's okay.
So, considering how much you are you paid for your scholarship? Are you paid monthly or biweekly?
Biweekly.
Oh, okay. So, let's give an estimate. Like, as a student, some PhD students receive 2,000 a month, stuff like that. How is it? And then we come to the rent.
Okay, so for masters in my school, in my
Hmm.
department, the
Yeah.
stipend is about 7,000 across
Oh,
the
okay.
academic year.
Yeah.
And you get your tuition, credits waived. So I
Oh,
had, I
okay.
think, 24 credits, I think 21 or 24 credits
Mhm.
waived, but I only have 16 left.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, aside that, it's so they pay it bi-weekly. So every month it should be around 700, let's see. And then they
Oh, okay.
split it in two. Yeah.
I see. So, when you say you are on a full scholarship, what does it mean? You mentioned it covers tuition. Does it
Yeah.
cover accommodation, feeding? What does it cover when you
No.
say you're on a full scholarship?
So it's just because that's the highest rate you can get for the
Hmm.
graduate assistantship. So there are levels. They have some that are just teaching assistants. They have some
Okay.
that are just what is it called, like the regular
Research assistant. Yeah.
resident assistants and stuff like
Mm.
that. So they get just the stipends, but this
Okay.
one covers your entire school fees or your tuition fees, and it also gives you that stipend.
All right.
Yeah.
So, out of your stipend, that is where you take care of your rent, groceries, and stuff like that. So, averagely, how much do you pay for rent? If somebody is coming to maybe New Jersey around the same school, how much are you anticipating for rent?
To be honest, Around Montclair is very expensive. I won't lie, but it's very expensive. But maybe you should target around 800,
Okay, 800
800.
a month for rent.
Yes, a month for rent.
Right.
But if you can be, strategic like me too and pay less, I'm paying
Yeah.
725.
Okay.
Um, but what we did was it was like a two-bedroom apartment with a very
Mm-hmm.
big living area that we're not using. And it
Okay.
was detached from the, other rooms and stuff. And there was another space we could have used for a living area. So we used that room, the living area for a room. And then we
Oh,
rented it out. Yeah.
oh, I
So
see. I see.
it depends on.
Some people say Accra is live by plan. America is live by plan. Eh?
I'm telling you, because my first year I used to pay like 950 every month, 950,
Wow.
925, 950. It was crazy. But when
Yeah.
you settle down, now you're able to differentiate and see, what works. So yeah.
So New Jersey, New York area is like living in Ghana, Accra area, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe even in Accra, maybe a cantonment versus I don't want to mention any other so that people come from
I don't
it.
want
Right.
any problem. But it's a nice place. Like, and the good thing
Yeah.
about Montclair is you can just get on a train. I have a video that I did with my previous supervisors on
Mm,
Montclair underscore global on
okay.
Instagram, where I was
Right.
taking people on a tour to New York. You can just get
Okay.
on a train here in New York. Like, it's just here. There are buses that, move like around here all the
Yeah.
time. So it's very easy to go to New York anytime.
Mm.
And that's what makes it nice because you can easily, move in and out of New York. Yeah.
Right. My last question would be what are the survival strategies? This is a new place for you. You are leaving your family behind in Ghana and coming to a new environment. What is making you survive? How do you deal with the loneliness, the academic stress? What was
Mhm.
the survival strategies?
First of all, God. Aside, like, he's been very helpful. There are times where it gets very overwhelming. I think aside that, what I do is maybe journal. I like to write a lot,
Okay.
and I like to organize my stuff. So I'm always writing,
Right.
and that has sort of helped me prioritize what is important and what is not. I have put like my chilling aside for now. So I really like hang out and do, all these things that in America you should be experiencing, but
Yeah.
I have kind of toned that down for now. When I get the job, then,
You
but
you go chill. You go chill.
but now I'm just focusing on why I'm here, which is to study, get the grades, get the job, and, from there. So I'd say that for sure, maybe prioritize what is more important to you. And the more
Mm,
you go out, the more you spend.
yeah.
So that's another tip. And, like, I think for the cost of living and stuff too, like, just, prioritize, spend wisely, because you see a lot
Mm,
of things you like. There are so many places you'd want to go to, but just
yeah.
prioritize and, do it, take it one step at a time. Yeah, everything will be
What was
fine.
difficult for you to adapt? Is it the accent, the weather, the food? What was difficult for you to adapt?
um that's a
For
good
me,
one.
it was the cold. When I came to Ohio and I was going to class, like I could wear like four clothes at the same time. Because interestingly, the jackets or the clothes you bring from Ghana is
Don't
not
work.
good. The weather here.
They don't work.
So what
Yeah,
was
like,
difficult for you to survive? Was it the food or what?
I think maybe the food a little
Yeah.
bit, and then the weather when it gets hot.
Mm.
Like,
Oh, really? You prefer the cold instead?
I prefer the cold.
Oh,
Interestingly,
okay.
like, everybody that knows me knows I love cold. Like,
Oh,
even
I
back
see.
in Ghana, I just love it when it's cold. So it
Yeah.
wasn't hard for me to adapt, like, especially when it's winter and stuff. Like,
Mm.
it could be winter and I could have my fan on, like right now.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. It's easy for me to adapt to cold, but
I
when it's
see.
the heat, hey,
You don't
it's
like,
like, I don't know, the heat in America or New Jersey. It's on another level. It's nothing like Ghana. It's very
yeah.
hot when it's
Let me
hot.
tell you something. I went to work in Arizona, yeah, and I
Yeah.
was like, I told them, oh, I'm from Africa. I did my national service in Bole Bamboy, so I'm used to the heat. But the
Hmm.
Arizona heat is on a different level. It's
Man,
crazy.
it's
Like,
crazy.
it looks like the sun is touching your skin.
I'm telling you, sometimes it's like
Yeah.
your skin is peeling off. People won't believe it till they experience. Like, it's crazy. It gets so hot,
Right.
and I hate it. I hate the summer here, to be honest. But
It's
yeah.
so in New Jersey, if you say it's hot, then the California, the Arizona, the Nevada places, Las
I don't want
Vegas
to
is
try.
crazy. It's crazy. And it looks like everything is on the extreme. Like Ohio,
Yeah.
there could be snow and school closed down.
Oh,
Yeah, everything is on the extreme in this country. If it is
yeah.
cold, it's super
It's
cold.
really cold. Yeah. And when it's hot.
Anyway, what do you miss home?
You said, what do I miss?
Home, yeah,
Oh, the family,
yeah,
things are different here. Like,
yeah.
even if like you do have family or friends around, it's still never like your family and
Yeah,
your friends back home. And
that's
it's
true.
been difficult. Now you have to do everything on your own.
Yeah,
You're living your life as though like you came into this world alone, like you're just on your own. Everything you have to, even if you're tired from schoolwork and stuff, you need to find a way to make time to cook, to make time to meet friends, to make time to. It's just crazy, but yeah,
how
I
do they
think
pronounce your name? How do the
so.
whites pronounce
I
your name?
didn't I didn't want to be hearing things, so I only give them the yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
And
okay.
for the yeah, it's a little easy, but sometimes they mess it up. Yeah.
Oh, I see. How do they pronounce it?
Yay. Yeah. 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 Like sometimes it's so weird. I'm like, and the
Yeah,
funny thing, whenever they
mhm.
say yes as in yeah, I always turn because I think they're calling me.
They are calling you. Oh,
It's
okay,
so funny,
okay.
yeah. Because they're
I,
not
I
used.
I do not have the American accent yet. Do you have it yet?
I don't think so.
Because
Maybe a few words
sometimes
here and there.
when you speak to them, you need to speak in such a way, and that's why maybe family members back home will be like, "Hey, Sisi, I want your
What
American
was
accent."
so?
Yeah, because if you don't speak like that, they will not hear you. So
Yeah.
they keep going like, "Huh, huh."
Huh? Huh?
Yeah,
That's true. Like that's one thing I should have said. It's very hard. I remember my
yeah.
first where I was working initially.
Hmm.
When I speak, they're always like, "What are you saying?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"You don't understand this Ghanaian accent. Let me
This is
change
not
it a
English
little
I'm
bit."
saying.
So now you have to say water and things like that. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
not me. But you get used to it. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Maybe, maybe I should give you a sentence and you give us your American accent in it, right?
Hey. Hopefully I pass.
Okay. An introduction to yourself. You mentioned your school, and
Mm.
then you talk about the program you're doing. Then you tell people to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Let in an American accent. Let's do
I don't
it.
know how this will go, but let's see.
Mhm.
Hi everyone. I'm sorry.
Let me make you big on the screen.
Oh my god. This will be hard, but hi everyone. My name is Ya, and I'm studying cybersecurity at Montclair State University. I hope you guys do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of things to share with you guys, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you all. So I'm done.
Awesome.
That's like a Ghana American.
Yeah, sometimes our friends will say that, oh, Sisi, Obaso American accent. It's if you don't say that, they will not understand you. It's
Yeah,
it's
and
hard.
it becomes
It's annoying to answer questions in class, and the professor will go like, "Huh, Fred, what did
yeah.
you say?" Like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's
They do that
crazy.
a lot.
They do that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are going to have the draw now and select
Mhm.
one person. Okay, we have 121 entries. Now let's go. Let's
Yay!
see. Oh, okay.
Woo!
Congrats to
To-
James Asoba. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, right? So congrats to James. You're the one being selected for today's session. Kindly get in touch on Instagram. The Fred Effect is verified, about 16,000 followers on Instagram. So send me a direct message. I'll be happy to respond. So if you have a high school or diploma qualification, what will happen is that the team will take your document and handle your undergraduate applications for free. But if you have, bachelor's degree or a master's, you want to pursue a PhD, we will enroll you in the Fred Effect mentorship program where we'll support and guide you. There will be a weekly meeting and to support you through the process, and then you get until you get your visa interview. So that is the offer we are giving every week. So remember, if you're not being selected today, Please say congrats to James for us. Okay. So if you're not being selected to the next week, we'll select another person. So that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I think I've really enjoyed this conversation. Like, yeah,
Thank
I'm happy
you.
you made time, and people are being inspired by your story. Personally, your story has really inspired me. All right. So final
Thank
words, and then we wrap it up today.
I just want to say thank you to you. I know we've dragged this video for forever.
That's
And
actually yeah.
I was watching you, so being here talking to you, it feels like it's normal, but it's really not, because it's you were a lot of inspiration to me too. I
Thank
used
you.
to watch all your videos. God, like I'm eating, I'm watching your video. I'm going here, I'm watching your video, and it really helped me a lot. Like even
Thank
with the
you.
schools and stuff. So you guys should, keep watching him. He has the good stuff. And thank you for having me here. It's been an amazing conversation.
Awesome.
Yeah, I look
Thank you
forward
for
to having
coming.
you.
All
Mhm.
right, great. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for coming. All right, so it's been another insightful session today. I had an inspirational guest on, having a background in communication, studying IT on a full scholarship. It's amazing. Congrats to and congrats to James for being selected for today's draw. And every week we are going to select one person. So James, please link up on Instagram. We'll be happy to connect and then start your process from there. All right. So that was Techiwa. Please subscribe to the Techiwa YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and type Mame Techiwa, Maame space TAKYIWAA, and then you subscribe to the channel. She has a lot of insightful content that will help with your process. All right, let's wrap up. Next week we come your way with another session, right? So please tune it in, and then let's guide you through the process. If you are doing this, understand that the purpose of this platform is not to scare you, it's not to tell you it is hard, it is not to tell you that I was able to do it but you can do it. I try and make my content in a more inspiring and encouraging manner, so that instead of telling you that if you get admission without a scholarship, don't come, I rather want to show you how you can survive or go through the process when you don't even have a scholarship. Instead of telling you that if you don't have money, it is not possible to apply to study abroad, I'll rather let you know that there are universities that if you get a waiver, you can apply for free. So this platform is built on that possibility to understand that if the Bole Bamboy boy who did national service in Bole Bamboy was able to do it, you watching me can also do it. All right. So the Fred Effect team has a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former visa officers, and so they can coach you, guide you, and go through your documents, review them for you before you go for your visa interview. So use the link I'm sharing on the screen to schedule a one-on-one meeting with Argo Visa. Before you meet a visa officer, be sure to talk to a former visa officer who understands your process. So these people have been working at the embassy, they've been approving visas and stuff like that. So if you schedule a one-on-one meeting with them, they'll go through your documents, organize mock sessions for you, and then coach you before you go for your visa interview. If you've been denied, it's possible, you can do it. Go on the second attempt, but before you do that, talk to a former visa officer before you go for your visa interview. The Fred Effect team actually at the moment has a mock interview platform where we, for more than half a decade, and this is the longest team that has been doing this for free. So people like Kins Fodonyina has gone through the mock session. There are lots of people that over years the team has assisted thousands of people to get their visas approved. This is a free mock session platform. So if you have an admission, you have your I-20, or you have an interview day scheduled, just send me a direct message on Instagram. Go to Instagram, search for the Fred Effect. It is verified. I know there are some fake accounts people have created. Please don't fall for that. The Fred Effect Facebook account is verified. The Instagram account is verified. The Twitter or X account, even the YouTube account is verified. On TikTok, we are not verified yet, but we are more than 100,000. So I know there are some fake TikTok accounts that have been scamming people, please don't fall for them. The original account on Instagram is verified. If you want to have a question, anything, just reach out to me, say hello. Maybe you want to be a friend. Why not search for the Fred Effect on Instagram and send a message. I'll be happy to respond. Sometimes you just need clarifications to a question that would help with your process. Why not just send me a message? I'll be happy to respond to you. Because I receive a lot, sometimes it will take time, but definitely I would be happy to respond to your questions. So if you want to join the mock session, just make sure you have a date scheduled or you have an I-20. Send me a direct message on Instagram. Say, hey, Fred, I want to join the mock session. So we meet every single day to be able to mentor, coach, and guide you to prepare for the visa interview. This is based on personal experience and the opportunity to help thousands of people go through this process. All right. So the team also handles applications for free for individuals with high school and diploma. And this is how you can be part of it. You can use the link I'm sharing on the screen. Okay. You can use the link I'm sharing on the screen to be able to schedule the one-on-one meeting with the Fred Effect team. What will happen is that if you have a high school or diploma, we will take your document, apply to a university for an admission and a scholarship. And we are the only team that do this for free. And if you have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, you want to pursue a master's degree, we've gone through this. So I've had 2 masters on a full scholarship and, on a PhD program as well. So we've had experience to assist a lot of people, and we've also gone through the process. So we have what it takes to guide you through the process. Use the link, schedule a one-on-one meeting, and then we'll help you as well. So if you need assistance, there's the link. So it's a seller link, selar.co/4GIW. We get to talk. All right. Please understand that this process is possible. It might be challenging. It might be maybe intensive in terms of it might be demanding. It might be cost intensive, but understand that it is worth it. If I was able to go through, you can go through. The Fred Effect was able to go through, you can also go through. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you spending and know how expensive data is for you to watch me. So when we have the session, we want to make sure that every minute spent on this platform has been worth it and you're getting value out of, scheduling, joining this. So there is actually a university I want to share with you before I go. They are waiving the application fee for the and you have to join a session. They are going to have an info session. It's called the Bryan School of Business and Economics. They are going to have an info session. So the University of North Carolina. So you go to the Bryan School of Business and Economics. There will be an info session. All you need to do is to register and attend the info session. So the info session, the first one will be on Thursday, November 14th, and then the next one will be on December 11th. Register and attend, and you are going to get the $65 application fee waived. And as time goes on, if you check my Facebook page, my X handle, I share a lot of application fee waivers. Now, the idea behind doing this is that whilst I was in Bole Bamboy, I didn't have a MasterCard or Visa card to pay for application fee. So if I had gotten somebody to tell me that if I register and attend an info session, I will get a $65 application fee waived, that would be like if application fee or money is a hindrance for you to apply, there is a way out. That's what it means. Now, register and attend this. I'll be posting a lot on, Facebook and X as well, or Twitter. So follow and then get those waivers whenever I post them. My name has been Fred. Okay, so my name has been Fred. Thank you for joining. Please be positive and know that everything will be fine. This has been the Steady Abroad podcast with the Fred Effect. I'll see you next week. Please take care of yourself. Everything